Welcome back, guys. I wanted to do another tutorial video because a few things have changed since the last time I did a tutorial video on how to control your ships. Now unfortunately I've just done the video and the recording crashed on this screen. So you've got the results screen before you've actually got the tutorial. But I'll quickly show you what the results were and then I'll go into the actual tutorial. So I lost a destroyer that was worth 17 million. My ships were 225 plus 95, so 320, plus 91, so 410, plus 32, 440, and 17. So 460. Now just one of their ships is worth more than mine complete fleet. And I managed to destroy all 10 of their ships and I only lost a destroyer. So 434, 450. As you can see, very expensive ships they've got. Right, so at the start of a battle, quite often you've got ships in a division. So a quick way to split ships up, if you've got loads of ships, loads of divisions, is to just hit the apostrophe twice. So just click on a division, hit the apostrophe twice, and it breaks them all up. So you then have to click on the next division and then hit apostrophe twice on each of the divisions to break them all up into individuals. Then to quickly turn off this avoid ships, just press 3 on each tab. So click 3, click 3, click 3, click 3. So that's a quick way to break everyone up and turn the avoid ships button off at the start of a battle. Okay, so I used to use follow lines anyway, but I always used to have my biggest ship up front. Now, after quite a lot of experience in playing the game, I've found that it's better to have everything in reverse order. So you have your smallest ship in the lead. This ship will obviously be the one dodging the torpedoes, which is why you want the smallest ship in the lead. So you want each ship to be faster than the one behind it. So I've designed these ships myself, and so I have designed them to be in speed order as well as size order. So the smallest is 2 knots faster than the next, which is 2 knots faster than the next, which is 2 knots faster than the next, and then again. But if you had all ships of the same speed, you can just change them manually in here. So the second ship, you just drop it by 1 or 2 knots, and then the third ship, you drop it by another 1 or 2 knots, and the fourth ship, another 1 or 2 knots. So the reason that you do this, when you're using a follow line, your ships don't slow down the way that they would in a battle line. So they end up getting close to your ship that's in front. So if you start turning with a ship that's in front, this ship will try and cut the corner rather than follow your path. It'll try and cut the corner, which means it'll then get too close, it won't slow down, and then it'll do a 360-degree turn. Well, if the ship behind is 2 knots slower, then this prevents that from happening. It can still happen if you do a lot of turning, but small turns, it prevents it from happening. So that is the main reason why I would have each ship slower than the one in front. Okay, so I'll quickly demonstrate this in action. So obviously find out where the enemy ships are, which they're over there. Now, what I do is target all my torpedoes at their biggest ships. That way, you're much more likely to hit, and you can still get collateral damage on any smaller ships that get in the way. Now, you always want to stay going in the outside of the enemy ships, so don't head directly at them or in the middle of them. Always stay on the outside of the engagement. That way, when they shoot torpedoes at you, they won't be heading towards the ships that are behind. They'll be going sideways, so you only have to dodge torpedoes with your lead ship. Then when they do fire torpedoes at your lead ship, you never turn inside, because then they'll keep firing torpedoes and then they'll head towards the rest of your ships. So you just keep turning outside, and then if you get a chance, turn back in again. If you don't get a chance, you can just get this ship to join onto the back of the line and then take over with your second ship in the line. This works with any compilation of ships, whatever the word is. So it doesn't have to be destroyer, then light cruiser or armoured cruiser. It can be 5 of the same ship, or it can be any type of ships, as long as the one behind it is going slower than the one in front. Okay, so it looks like we're firing some torpedoes off at the battleship now. So I always use reduced torpedoes with my destroyer. That's just personal preference, because I like to keep them as cheap as possible, because you do lose them quite often. And I just use them as scouts, just fire off one load of torpedoes and then just retreat with them once they've taken enough damage, but you're mainly using them just to dodge torpedoes. You don't want them to be an expensive ship, in my opinion. That's just the way I use them anyway. Obviously everyone has their own style of building ships. So because there's loads of ships over here, I'm going to fire these torpedoes at the clump. Now you can manually target all of your guns, but it takes your attention away from the enemy firing torpedoes at you, and so you can easily miss getting shot at with torpedoes. So if you do want to manually target, I recommend just turning the speed down to 1 times speed, or pause it while you're targeting. Just for the time being, I'll let the auto targeting take over. So as you can see, my destroyer wouldn't have survived long enough to get a second torpedo load off anyway. Okay, so now this light cruiser's taken quite a lot of damage. I'm going to take him out of the formation. This armoured cruiser's taken a lot of damage as well now. So I'm going to take the ships that are not taking so much damage out of the formation, because these are going to be going considerably slow now. So I still want to use these ships because they've still got torpedoes. But what I'll do now is turn the opposite way with these. Because they've got torpedoes on the other side of the ship, so I'm just turning the opposite way so I can fire off the torpedoes on the other side of the ship. These can now join onto the back, as they're now the slowest ships. So as you can see up here, I've done 27k damage with my torpedoes, and I've only done 45k damage in total, so my oxygen torpedoes have actually done more damage than my guns at the moment. So I think I might manually target, well no, I was going to manually target this battle cruiser to finish him off, but I don't think he's much of a threat. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled for torpedoes in the sea. There we go. So that is how I would control a follow line instead of a battle line. I hope this has been helpful, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.